with us. We're still trying to get a printer on the certificates today.
Is it broken?
It's still broken. Yeah.
Great.
I know a couple months ago we had told you the same thing. We got a new one and it still didn't work correctly. So we had to get a better printer now and convincing my boss to let me buy a $500 printer as opposed to a $200 printer.
Yeah.
It's a little different. So just for certificates. So we're trying to figure out a way to get y'all certificates. So
It'll happen though.
Yeah.
We'll get there. But if we're not doing that today, can we just send them an email version?
We can email you a version if you want to print out yourself on cardstock, CVS or something. Feel free. We can do it that way too. So whatever y'all prefer.
Yeah, slap it in a frame, put it in your shop, put it on the wall. So yeah. So how many people have actually been here for this course, for the advanced interior course before? One. Really?
Two.
Just one? Two? Okay.
I was like, nah, bro, he's been here for
I know,
almost all of our
you've been here a
classes. Which is a good thing, because I mean, he's still
Yes.
using it. I mean, he wouldn't come, right? He wouldn't come if you didn't learn, right?
There you go. Nice. Well, thank you for coming in, guys. This course, it's a little bit different than our typical courses. If you've been detailing for a while, you know that interiors, there's a big variety of what we deal with out in the field, right? You may be dealing with a really fancy luxury car that has high-end leather or maybe Alcantara. That's going to be different than your typical Honda Accord, right? So in this training, we have a giant selection of the materials that you're going to run into, but we also have common problems that you'll run into on the interiors as well. So the focus will be to dig into your needs, your concerns, and we'll go over it almost like a giant checklist. So you guys are going to kind of direct the class today. This is your course, okay? So
If you need help in translating in Spanish, feel free. We can help a little bit.
we got you.
So both of us do speak Spanish, so.
We're a little rusty, but we'll get there one way or another, right? So there are a lot of reasons to take this course, but there are 4 common ones that we've seen. We've been doing this for about 2.5 years now. So the most common thing is people want to make more money, right? How many of you show up to your job and don't get a paycheck? Anyone doing their work for free? I'd be mad at you if you were, okay? So
We got one in the back.
That's a problem.
We got one in the back. We can definitely fix that though.
The biggest problem is he's actually teaching your business course tomorrow, so if he's not making money, we probably shouldn't have that class. So yeah, it's going to be different, but money is the #1 reason that we work. It's the reason that we wake up in the day. We want to, make cash so that our families can live well, so we can have a nice place, so that we can set up our kids, grandkids for future generations. And our goal is to help you make money quicker and also to up your quality and your quantity, excuse me. So that's step 1. Second biggest reason is networking. So we've got a really big class today, maybe 20, 25 of you guys here. And where most of you haven't been in before, there's a good chance there's at least 1 or 2 other people in here that you don't know. So take the time to get to know each other, because having a big network is one of the best ways for you to not only become more known in your area, but to build partners. We can't all be experts at everything, right? Like, you don't see a doctor who's also a mechanic, who also owns a grocery store. It just doesn't happen, right? We have to specialize. So if you're going to be a PPF shop, more than likely you're not also going to be doing leather repair. So you may want to take the time to get to know someone that knows something that you don't, so you can refer your customers to people that you trust, to your friends, okay?
And we also can't be everywhere at once. Houston's so big, guys. I mean,
true.
some of y'all may work the same area, and y'all still may even run into each other before. So, I mean, people work Cypress, some people work, Mont Bellevue, some people work Baytown, some people work Sugar Land, some people actually just work downtown. So, I mean, depending on where you're at, you have a customer, it calls you like, hey, I can't be there, but I can send somebody that I trust. This is where y'all come in, and they can do vice versa as well. So this is why we like to network. I mean, you rely on your peers, and then y'all can set a standard in price. Y'all can all set the price for Houston, as opposed to people out there I've seen who charge $25 for a car still. You're not making money on $25 a car. I'm being dead honest. You're making maybe $2 to $3 because you got to pay for chemical, you got to pay for gas, you got to pay for your time out there, and you're doing $25. It takes you 30 minutes, yeah, but I mean, you just drove 20 minutes to get there. You just wasted gas. You just wasted your chemical using. You wasted water in your tank. So I mean, all that adds up. You make like $2 or $3. Who wants to make $2 or $3 on a car? I don't. Y'all may. I don't. I want to make $35, $40 a car. So maybe we can all set a price across Houston, and we all charge $55 for just a wash. Who doesn't like $55 for just an outside wash? I mean, I would. 30 minutes, $55.
Oh yeah, all day.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you can charge more. It's all about your perceived value in the market, right?
Yep.
If you've got a reputation for being the best of the best, or that you really take your time and you pay attention to detail, maybe you can get $100 a wash. That's not unheard of out there in the US. So just do your market research, get to know each other, and also understand that you do live in, is this the biggest city in the US? Is
No,
it first or second?
It's the third.
Third.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys live in the third biggest city in the US. You have so many customers available to you. Competition shouldn't even really be a question because there are way more customers than there are detailers in this city. So don't look at your neighbor as like your enemy. We should all be friends. We should all try and lift the detailing industry up together.
Absolutely.
It's the only way to do it.
Yeah.
Yep. And then, of course, certificates. This is what you'll be getting because it will be digital. It won't actually be a paper. Sorry again. But the whole idea behind having a certificate is that your customers will recognize that you've been to a course, that you care about furthering your education, that you want to keep adding on new skills. And those are just, what's up, man? Just great ways for you guys to show legitimacy to your customers. It's very, very important. And then finally, this is what all detailers love. What do you guys think of when you see this picture? Just shout a word. Starts with a T. Tools? Tools. Come on, guys. We're all in the auto world. So like I see this, I think of a mechanic, thousands of dollars. That's probably a $50,000 chest from Matco. But when we think of tools, we have everything from the chemicals that we use to the pump-up sprayers that we use to apply, to the brushes, to our machines that we use to polish. Everything that we use on a daily basis is a tool, especially if it's something that we're using again and again and again, okay? So one of our jobs is to introduce you guys to the newest, the best. I mean, even us, we're coming up with new products almost on a monthly basis right now. So we're gonna have some new products that we can kind of show you and introduce you to in this course. So keep on coming. All right. Are we
Is
passing
the
it
sign-in
around?
sheet still going around?
Has everyone had a chance to sign the sign-in sheet yet? No.
I guess we got some of it.
Oh, you signed in downstairs? Okay, perfect.
Oh, no,
There'll
no.
be a second one for
We have
up
a second
here,
one
too.
for certificates up here. Yeah.
Yeah, this is just so we can actually get your shop name on there, your personal name. Put whatever you want on your wall. That's
Yeah.
the key there. So, perfect. Now, we can't really teach you guys unless we understand who we're teaching, right? So we'd love a brief introduction from each of you. We could start out, just to give them a little idea.
Name, how long you've been in the industry, the name of your company, your name of your company, just brief introduction, how long you've been in the industry and stuff like that.
Yeah, 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Keep it brief.
So I'm Zach Moreno. I've been with the company for about 17 years now. I've seen this company grow from us having just one warehouse with a basketball goal, and a gun range in the back to now we have 5 warehouses, 11 acres of property we manufacture everything on. So I've seen this company grow from a small, average size company to now we're one of the biggest manufacturers of chemicals in the country. So
Yeah, man.
yeah,
Heck yeah.
Gotcha.
Cool. Well, my name's Connor. I've been in the detail industry since I was roughly 10 years old. I got lucky. My father owned a company selling chemicals, so basically from the age of 15 to the age of 30, I was selling on a route truck. Got to deal with detailers on a daily basis. It was awesome. You guys became my best friends, at least in Idaho. And then after that, we closed that business down and I opened up a detail shop, tint, wrap, PPF, and then I moved here to Texas and worked with these guys. So been in here for a minute. But if we could start out with you, that'd be great, bro.
My name is Francisco. My detailing business name is Supreme Auto Detailing. I've been detailing for roughly about like a year and a half to have like somewhat of an understanding of how detailing works. But I mean, I'm here today just to learn a couple techniques, see what could help me out like with my time, and like overall just the quality also. That's also important. But just business wise and as labor wise, I'm like wanting to learn today.
Sure, yeah.
So
I'm gonna write down
tomorrow
some
will
of
be a
this
good class for
too.
you.
Yeah, the business
The
course.
business class,
Yeah.
yeah.
You got it.
For a lot of
So
y'all
efficiency.
who haven't been to our business class yet, hosted by Oscar, it is a really, really good business on how to understand how your labor, how your chemicals all work, and how each ounce, he accounts for each ounce being used and how much that costs per gallon. So we go in depth and stuff like that. So that's highly, highly, highly knowledgeable information for tomorrow.
Oh, great. Thank you. All right. You good, sir?
Efficiencies.
Anh em đi đến đi.
If I could spell it.
Nó bị đi theo. Anh qua em này họ.
There we go. You've been about a year now, right? About a year? There we go. Yourself?
All right, and my name is David. I'm a mobile detailer. The company name is Magpies Auto Care, and I'm expecting to learn more about headliner cleaning.
Okay.
Nice.
Headliner cleaning?
It's a great one, man.
Yep. What part of town?
Houston.
Well, like what area? Is it everywhere? You travel Bel Air, you travel Katy?
Yeah, Bel Air mostly.
Okay, that's what I was curious. Yeah, just what part of town. Just so that way everybody knows as well. So we network, right? That's the whole point. Yourself, sir?
My name is Abad. I own KGL Car Detailing. I just learned some new career. I own like a moving company.
Okay.
Oh.
I just want to know like what's going on with the detailing. So
Absolutely.
interested about it.
Cool.
I didn't know about how the chemicals work and see if I can start a new business.
There we go. Yeah.
Very
so this
cool.
is a good start, man. Gotcha.
My name is Lulu. My English is not clear.
Okay.
It's okay.
Learn about the interiors and cleaning. There we go. Gotcha.
You got it.
So my name is Julio. I'm just starting in the detailing industry. I'm gonna start it like a side hustle because I got my full-time job. So
Okay.
it's my first time learning on how interior cleaning and
Okay.
sustainable.
Cool. Gotcha. It's a great way to start.
He's my dad. His English is not very good.
No, está bien, sí,
It's all
está bien,
good. We
perfecto,
got you.
Está bien. Yourself, sir?
My name is Terry. This is Texas Auto Shop. Basically the same thing. I'm just starting out. Education is key for everything.
Absolutely.
Stop learning, so I just came in here just to what I can learn.
Gotcha.
Beautiful.
My name is William. Mobile detailing, just learned about as well. Learning now industry, and learning about products, techniques, and just the secrets to the game.
Cool. Gotcha.
Products and technique.
Carlos is Alexis. We're doing auto vehicle detailing.
Okay.
We went about like 3.5 months. When we wrong.
Gotcha. So, well, thanks for driving in. Yeah. Appreciate it. Gotcha.
My name is Jasmine. I'm just starting off. I do other things, so one of my friends had recently told me about this place.
Okay.
Because I do sports, I'm a sports agent, but I own 4 different gyms in Houston.
Okay.
So it's just something new for me, so I'm just learning.
Cool.
Cool. Very cool.
I'm Frankie, my fiance. We're with all doctor. We run Katy, Magnolia, Cypress, Tomball. And we're just here to learn more.
Cool.
Heck yeah,
Absolutely.
dude. Yeah, at least
Yes.
the third time. Heck yeah.
Absolutely.
Sweet.
Hey, morning. My name is Randy Rios. I work of a big operator right there on the board, transportation services. And I do detailing, truck wash, and all that, with the same company that I work. Like I'm employed, subcontractor on the weekends and after work. I'm taking care of all those trucks over there on the same yard. I think that was a really good option because everything is gonna be there.
Absolutely.
All my customer in one place. And now I was trying to expand myself to another companies. Now I'm on 3. Thank God. And the reason why I'm here is because I just want to learn like more
There we go. Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
And just
Help you out wherever you're lacking.
improve in yourself. That's the
Absolutely.
best option you can do.
For sure. Yeah.
And also, like, I started washing trucks, cars, like 5 years ago. That's the way I started.
That's where you started.
Nice.
Cool.
Now I'm doing trucks and all of that.
Well, we have some good chemicals for help you out with those trucks, man.
Mm-hmm.
Trucks is like, you get more profit.
Absolutely.
Yep,
Truck washing
less
is
people wanna do 'em.
Truck washing is a dirty job though. Yeah.
It is.
Landscaping, all that.
Yeah.
Nice.
And obviously, when you charge to a company, you will charge more.
Absolutely.
Than the personal part.
For sure.
That's my opinion.
Yeah, and you get that reoccurring sale because you're doing it on a monthly or bi-weekly basis. Nice.
And I really appreciate your help.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Thanks for coming in, man. Appreciate
Definitely.
you. Yeah.
Yeah, well, my name's Logan. I'm sort of new to the detailing industry. I come from car sales and customer service, and I've always wanted to do something on my own. And I've always loved washing my. Whenever I was selling cars, I was always caught in the back, sort of detailing the cars without really understanding the full
Process of how to do it.
Process, but I
Nice.
did what I can, and so after seeing the car's value from a customer coming in and bringing in a dirty car versus a detailed car, there's such a difference, and so I want to be able to help out people and give people more value on their vehicles.
Awesome. Thank you, man. That's
Okay.
cool. You're our first car salesman to come in and change over to our side. Heck yeah.
I
Yeah.
started up in College Station, so I wanted to.
Cool.
I came down
Definitely.
here just to kind of learn as much as I can. And, you know.
So I do have a
showing
distributor
up.
who goes to College Station once a week. So
sorry?
I have a distributor who goes to College Station once a week. So if you need chemicals, instead of carrying them yourself, you can definitely have some guy deliver to you and drop them off. So
Yeah.
gotcha.
Amos DeVoge. I have a mobile detailer, Clean Whips Detailing. Been in about 2 years, 2.5 years, something like that. Cool. I come to this class often. I mean, I actually learn from other detailers too, not just the class. Like hearing experiences and different applications. Not everybody had the same application, so it's always good to hear different ways to attack a problem.
Sure.
Definitely.
That's about it.
That's an awesome note. Thank you, man.
Bueno, mi nombre es Eric, me disculpo por el español,
No, está
sé
bien.
que es una clase en inglés, pero bueno, trabajo desde hace 4 años en el detailing, principalmente haciendo lo que son botes, autos, RVs, y bueno, aunque yo sabía que era en inglés, pero yo quise venir porque justamente me interesa especializarme lo más posible.
Sí.
En el mes de octubre tuve la oportunidad de estar en la tienda de BCI, y ahí hablando con uno de los chicos me obsequió un catálogo y me dio la hoja del curso.
Sí.
Y eso me emocionó mucho. Entonces lo que más quiero es aprender lo más posible porque, como bien decía, perdón, no me acuerdo su nombre, pero...
Connor. Yeah.
Bueno, como él decía, la verdad es que lo que menos tenemos que estar viendo es al competidor. Yo vengo de la zona de Montgomery, como a 1:20 de aquí, y la verdad es que yo por lo que conozco, o sea, hay más de 10,000 botes, y yo me dedico a esto y yo veo muchos botes abandonados. Entonces lo que menos tenemos que preocuparnos es quién está a nuestro par. Obviamente es importante, pero lo que más tenemos que enfocarnos es al crecimiento de cada uno de nosotros, porque como decía él, también de ahí depende pues todo nuestro sustento, pero sobre todo también para poder dar una buena calidad al mercado, ¿verdad? Porque
Sí.
también es importante un buen servicio. Hace un trimestre inicié ya. Yo trabajo con una persona, pero desde hace 4 años, pero hace cerca de 3 meses ya comencé mi propio negocio y bueno, apenas estoy tratando de impulsarlo y primeramente Dios creo que se va a lograr.
Eso es todo.
Sí.
Gracias,
Bueno.
amigo.
Hello everyone, my name is Carlos. He's my dad. So like he said, we just started a business a few months ago. But I've been working with him for like over 3 years in the same industry.
Okay.
And yeah, we are here to learn new techniques, improve, and give our best to our customers.
Absolutely.
Hey, my name is Hector. I work with JR Mobile Detailing. It's not something I've ever really done before, so I'm just here to familiarize myself with the chemicals, the process, things like that. Yeah, so I'm here.
Cool. You're in the right place.
I guess
Hey, what's
we're able to
going
get out.
on? I'm Kevin. I just started the mobile detailing business. What I hope to learn today is a little bit more information on the business side of it. So.
Okay.
And then
Tomorrow's
product-
be more business oriented.
Okay.
This will be more process and procedure oriented. So.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Teach you a few new services, though. If you want to pass it to the guy in front of you.
The middle row.
Yep, one up. There you go. Bring it back that way.
We're gonna aim
My
with you, Al.
name is Jorge Luis Rosado. My business name is Fashion Cleaning and Detailing. I have been working for myself as detail for the dealers and for 3 years. I'll be here for more knowledge.
Beautiful.
My name is Navor. I'm just basically new, trying to learn a new skill set. I have a little bit of experience like in the cleaning industry because I've done like carpet cleaning and stuff like that. But looking to kind of expand. Looks like it's a good kind of, because I'm trying to branch off, trying to do my own thing.
Absolutely.
This looks like a good like entryway to kind of get that.
No, it
started.
definitely is.
Yep. Good job, man.
Sorry, Al.
I see.
It's all good.
No, good. My name is Al Rodriguez. I work for a company called Shining Grand Car Wash off of Greens Point area. We're kind of express wash as also detailing. But the reason I'm here today is because we do detailing, but there are more things that come up that I want to expand my knowledge on because it's more about conditioning and things like that. So you learn a lot in the detail world, believe me, because it's new every day. So
Absolutely.
Every car's different.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks, Al.
Thank you. Appreciate you, man. Thanks for passing that mic around, guys. Like we said, it's a whole new thing. So we want you guys involved as much as possible. And honestly, maybe we should keep that mic up here with us so that way if we have a question in the crowd, they can hear it too.
Maybe.
It might be a good idea. Thank you, man. Yep. So we'll, between the two of us, we'll remember, hopefully.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, well, let's dig into the course, guys. So the goal, and hopefully you guys can help us keep on track here, the goal is to do about an hour to an hour and a half in class, and then at least an hour outside doing hands-on, okay? I know the weather's not super ideal. It's a little muggy outside, but it's definitely a lot better than the middle of the summer. That's why we try and do this course in the winter, because it's just miserable outside in the summer here. Oh. But let's dig in a little bit. So this will give you guys a little bit of a giant overview. We're going to talk about all these things, but managing customer expectations, super important. We need to learn how to sell to our customers so that they know what they're going to get, what to expect from you. Best practices for selling that interior, the basics of interior detailing. We'll go over the stains themselves and kind of how we classify them so you know which chemicals to use. It's pretty important to start out. And then we'll go over tools. And then this is kind of where we dig into the problems. So this is more the materials. I want to say there's like 20 or 15 materials we can choose from. And then 15 different problems from like mud to salt removal, sand removal, etc. So we'll dig in. Should we pop it on and off each time? Okay, we could do that. We could do that. Beautiful. All right. So I don't know. Let's have you guys look at these. Let's pick maybe your top 5 that sound good to you. We're not going to have time for all of them. But out of all of these different interior pieces and components, what do you feel like you're the least confident cleaning or dealing with? Leather? Okay, leather's a great one.
I'm going to have you take over that.
Yeah, that's no problem. All right, so we got leather. What else do we have up there, guys, that you need? Of course. Headliner. That's always a tricky one, man. All right. Plastic. Got it. Okay. 2 more. Oh, yeah, you chose a good one. I hope I'm spelling everything right. Don't judge me if I don't. What else? One more. Ultra Suede? Okay, Ultra Suede it is. You know, Alcantara and Ultra Suede, they're actually very, very similar in the way you treat them, so we'll treat that as one. Ultra. There you go. That's a terrible one. I love it. Everyone loves dealing with seatbelts. Okay, cool. So that's section 1 of all the materials we can cover. And then these are the problems. So let's try and do roughly the same, maybe 5 problems. There's no guarantees that we're going to hit this in here. So if we don't catch it in the classroom, we'll make sure we hit it out there in the hands-on, okay? So anything catch your guys' attention there that you want to? Candy and crayon, got it.
How to properly dye glasses.
Beautiful, that's an important one to know. And we can do that outside too. Oh, what a nightmare. Okay, so paint, spills, copy. Did I miss anything?
Dry cracked leather seats.
Got it. Dry leather seats. Cracked.
Stains from the sunroof. We have people ask for headline cleaning.
Oh yeah, we can do it.
With that candy and crayon, would be something that the government would combine?
They'll be similar. We can kind of touch on that if you remind us in the moment. So no issue. And you said headliner stains, is that what it was?
Stains from the sunroof is what it says.
Ah, stains from sunroof. Yeah. All right, let's dig into this. We got to get to the meat and potatoes before we can get to dessert here. Headliner. All right, wonderful. So first things first, we want to touch on some of the basics. So just process. Well, I guess sales happens before we even actually get to do the job, right? Mm-hmm. So how many of you are really comfortable dealing with customers? Who loves doing this? Yeah? Okay. You should be very comfortable. You're a salesman, bro. Okay. Everyone else feel good in that area? Okay. So it's probably one of the most important things for us to master as business owners, okay? Because you're not just detailers. Your salespeople, your bookkeepers, your detailers, your inventory managers, you have to do everything. That's the art of entrepreneurship, right? But sales, if you don't get good at this, money won't be coming into your business and your business will fail, okay? So there's a couple common pitfalls that we like to avoid. If you see the little graphics on the side, that's my favorite example in sales for how to deal with customers. Because there's 2 common things that happen. One, you might be the kind of person that, you get psyched up when you're selling to a customer, you get really excited, you want to get straight into the job. So maybe your customer comes in and they buy $120 interior, right? Let's say that's our hamburger. But you pump them up so much that they think they're going to get a steak. You know what I mean? So you don't want to overpromise and underdeliver. That's a big no-no in the sales world. So we try and avoid that at all costs. Now on the opposite end of that, I know we're always fighting as detailers. Well, let me just ask you, how many have had a customer come in and say, I know your interior detail costs $150, but Joe down the street does it for $80? Is that a daily problem for you guys? Because that happened to me all the time, all the time. Okay, so if you're dealing with that problem, then you've got customers coming in. They know your reputation. They're coming to you for a reason. Maybe you have great reviews on Google. Maybe your Instagram looks flawless, and they think, I want that guy to be the one cleaning my car. So they want this, but they want to pay you $80 for this, okay? So we need to make sure that we tell our customers, I'm doing a premium service, and that comes with a premium price tag, okay? Dropping what your prices are will not do you any favors, because then you're just filling up spaces that could be there for actual full-paying customers, okay? Does that make sense up to now? Okay, cool beans. So there's a couple small things that you definitely should be careful of. Out of all the sales that we do, you guys almost always deal with a person first on the phone, right? Yeah, they call you up. How often are they coming into your shop for that first meeting? Not frequently, right? Yeah. So right here, it's going to say, don't give a price over the phone. That's true, but that doesn't mean you can't give a general price, right? You don't know what that customer's car looks like. Even if you ask for photos, those photos could be a month old. It could be before a road trip. It could be before they spilled a gallon of paint in the back and you don't really know what's going on, right? So it's important to give your customers like a general range. Like most of my interiors cost $120 to $200 depending on dog hair, heavy stains, or sand and excess dirt. You know, whatever you want to kind of set your parameters as, okay?
Before seeing the car.
Yes, yeah, so you can say, because I mean, you don't want to tell them I can't give you a price at all, because that'll just turn them off and send them to the next phone number on Google's list, right? It's much better for you to say, this is my range, but we'll give you an exact price once you come into the shop, okay? It's important to have a menu of services. So, yeah, what up? You're great.
Go back a little bit. Now, you said don't go over the price over the phone. Now, is it okay to have the price on the website?
You're going to have to repeat it. I'm sorry, bro.
So you said that don't give the price over the phone, but is it okay to put the starting price on your website? Or?
Totally.
Okay.
Yep, just do ranges. That's the big thing. Because as detailers, we've all had, I don't know, I had tons of these details where I would promise a price over the phone, and then you would have it show up in the shop, and there's like 2 Chihuahuas worth of dog hair in there that they didn't tell you about, and it's really hard to convince a customer to pay you more after you've already agreed on a price. So, yeah. But definitely good to have a website, and it's good to have a very, I don't want to say busy, but very full Instagram or social media account so people can see your work.
So
Yeah.
we've partnered with other companies called like Urable. Urable can build your revenue. They have programs where they notice how many cars you've done, the processes, the times, everything like that. It's a very good program that they have out there. Also, Detailers Roadmap can build your website for you as well. They go through all of the economics of the background of the numbers of Google hits and Yahoo hits and stuff like that. So
Yeah, they make your business way more efficient online.
yeah.
They're a great investment.
Urable says that they've increased everyone's business at least 100% in the first year alone. So, I mean, who doesn't want 100% more business the following year? I do.
Wish someone would make my life easy like that. Jeez. So he makes a really good point, though. You don't have to do this all by yourself. Look for experts because they're going to be able to do that work for you so you can focus on growing your business and working in your business. So let's see here. So this is something we talk about a lot in our classes. It's a checklist. We recommend you have this, especially if you have employees. Because if you're the person giving the sales pitch and your employee wasn't there for that sales pitch, how are they going to know what you promised the customer, right? So you have to write down notes. You have to make notes of like, oh, I promised on the back seat pocket that I would get that gum out of there. You need your employee to know that, and it's a good reminder for you as well, okay? So.
For y'all too, to take home so you can make copies for yourself. So that way, and then you can take off the stinger if you don't want the stinger. You put your name on there, no big deal. You can keep these for your customer as well.
And we'll send you the presentation after the class. It'll probably be Friday, but that way you guys can review the notes, and there's going to be a lot we don't hit, like we talked about. 2.5 hours really isn't long enough for everything we should cover with interiors, so you might have to review a little yourself. All right. Okay. This is something Zach talked about before, but really understanding your cost, you know? If you have to drive all the way across Houston and it takes you 45 minutes to an hour and you don't charge your customer for your time and for your gas, that's automatically getting chopped off the price tag of that first detail you do for that customer. It may make you less profitable, and if you continue to do it, it could hurt you long-term in ways you don't think about, okay? So be very conscientious of what your costs are for chemical and everything, okay? And then if you do social media, which we highly recommend, always take before and after pictures. And this hits another point of CYA, cover your butt, right? If there's a rip on an interior or if there's something stained on the headliner that you don't think's gonna come out, or even if you do, take a picture of it just in case. That way, if the customer tries to blame something on you, you have proof that it was not you, okay? Cool. And then finally, upselling. So that's another thing with this right here, guys. If I were in your position, I would recreate this document and I would add a whole third page that offers all of your services with a checklist. So if that's headlight restoration, if it's shampooing interiors, if it's fabric protection, if we're talking about ceramic coatings, all these different things, it's nice when it's listed out, so it reminds you to give that sales pitch to your customer. Because you've already got them in the shop for, the hard part of the job, the detail itself. The upsells, that's really where the money starts to stack, because you've done most of the work. So, yeah. Any questions with this guy? Okay, cool. Beautiful.
So, tag on it. So we have different types of stains. We have organic and inorganic. Who all knows what organic stains are? Just the camera's not moving.
Yep. Take it over.
Now it's following you, Connor. Maybe not.
Is it?
No.
Okay.
We're good. Organic stains. Who knows what organic stains are? What's organic? Food. Inorganic would be like grease, oil, ink, stuff that's man-made. That's paint. Yeah, crayon. So stuff like that. Candy and gum is kind of a cross between organic and inorganic. Right. It's just one of those things. But yeah, so those are the different types of stuff. I mean, you wouldn't use an acid to get soda stuff out. You would use an interior cleaner, an all-purpose cleaner. You could even use a solvent. Some solvents will get it out as well. Just depending on what you're cleaning and the type of stain, you need to identify what it is. Want to change the next thing? You got it. Gotcha. So these are for our organic stains. There you go. Thank you. Leather and vinyl cleaner is probably one of my favorites because it's a neutral pH cleaner. It's not going to stain any leather. It's not going to stain any vinyl. It can dilute it out. It says 50-50. I can even go out 3-to-1, 2-to-1, and still have it work. Has a nice little fresh, clean fragrance to it. I know I can hit every kind of leather and not have to worry about it. Now, we have different stains on leather. You could use an all clean, which is a orange solvent-based cleaner, where that's going to penetrate the leather a little bit more. It's a little bit more aggressive, but it is definitely, you can dilute it out a lot. You can go 10-to-1, even 15-to-1, depending on how bad or how not bad the car is. So then we have WOW, which is our ammonia-based cleaner. It's great for microfiber seats. Who's dealt with microfiber seats and has thought they got it stained out, and then 2 hours later, the stain is still there? Who's had that happen? I know I have. It's okay if you have. It happens. It's, yeah. So what WOW does with the ammonia-based cleaner is it lifts and it dries quickly. But it also is lifting from the foam. So what happens is when you oversaturate the foam in the microfiber seat, it sinks. Gravity takes over. So what the ammonia does, it actually lifts up and it keeps it up, so that way whenever you're extracting the stain out, it comes out. So that's why we use WOW a lot. Now, we couldn't put that in a Tornador though. Who's ever used a Tornador? It's okay. I mean, if you haven't, that's what we're here for. This is a Tornador. This has revolutionized the detailing industry. This is how well does this machine work? How many times a day do you use this? Or on a car, right? Yeah. About 60% of the car is clean with this thing. Think about that. This one tool cleans about 60% of his cars. And he's doing dealership cars, he's doing mobile detailing cars with this machine. So this machine can clean your motors, it can clean seats, can clean your air vents, can clean underneath your seats. It has chemical in here, so it'll, yep, everything. So this spins, this little thing right here spins around. I can pass this around, and it creates like a tornado, and it's sucking the dirt from the carpet and into that cone. Yes, sir.
What's the best size beer tank you need for that, and what beer size would it be at?
It needs to be as big as possible, to be honest. So somewhere around 40 gallons is nice. You don't want to have a pancake. It will never keep up. It'll run all day. Yeah.
My van is used for the 30 gallons.
Great.
And 200 PCM.
Yep. It needs a minimum of 120 to function.
Yep.
Yep.
So yeah, if you look at that.
Is there
So that's the original brand. They're the original creators of it. Pop that back on. They're the original creators of that tool. There are some knockoffs that exist now. The Rag Company makes a really solid one if you're looking for a better price point, but still a really strong machine. And then there's always going to be Chinese knockoffs. We don't really recommend the Chinese knockoffs because they break and there's zero replacement parts or anything. So
even the Rag Company ones, they're pricing them out between $75 to $95. They're not building pieces for it. So Tornador actually makes pieces, replacement pieces for their machines. But the Rag Company is like, we're just making it so cheap, we're not going to build any replacement tools, so just buy a whole nother piece. So that's the give take with it. So, yes, sir.
Hey, you put the chemical in that. So the chemical actually breaks
It breaks the dust, it breaks the whatever stain is, it starts breaking it down. So what that does, it also atomizes the chemical. So it breaks it to really, really fine molecules. So that's what's penetrating the stain and getting in between the actual stain. That's what's lifting it up. Absolutely. So not saying there's going to be some cases where you're going to have to use depending on how bad the stain is. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to tell you it's going to clean it off for sure. There are going to be, exactly. Yes, sir.
So which chemical would you use in
So we have a Twister. Yeah, you can use Twister. You can use our enzyme cleaner. So the difference between our enzyme cleaner and a lot of people's on the market is they either built an enzyme cleaner and a carpet cleaner. So it's two different products. We built ours into one. No, that's the enzyme. The Twister we make in RTU form and in a concentrated form. I saw a question. Yes, sir.
Are you able to run that Tornador dry?
Yes. You can turn it off. So there's a switch that just blows it out. It's a blow dry tool. Yep. So.
And it works really nice just to blow out that hair, that dust, that dirt.
All that dog hair, So the Tornador price, the max that we sell, I believe, is $269, and we have just the blowout tool alone. I think is $139, $149, something like that. So without the liquid bottom. You don't gotta do scrubbing, man. Like it takes about 80% of all the work. Only that one, bro. I'm trying to tell you that changed the detailing game. So you're doing a car in an hour to doing 2 cars an hour with that machine. Yeah, I mean, it cuts efficiencies down that much.
Some holes you can connect on it.
Absolutely. Yeah, it connects with the air hose. That's all it is.
But guys, we got to reiterate really quick, you can't just put anything in it because it makes a really fine mist. So really strong chemical, you don't want to put in there because it'll go deeper into your lungs and it can damage your lungs. So Twister, All Clean, Enzyme, those are really the only ones we kind of recommend because they're very mild and they won't hurt you.
Yeah.
So.
And then we have the Orange Crush, which is mine and Connor's new favorite chemical that we just came out with in the last 6 months. Or we brought it back. We didn't come out with it. We brought it back, I should say. And that's going to be a little bit stronger. It's like a big brother of All Clean. It has a little bit more orange solvent. It has a little bit more cleaners in it, but you can dilute it out. And you want a really good cleaner, you don't want to scrub, that's the Orange Crush. 85% of our products are concentrated, so and they're water starved. So you add water to them, they work even better. So everything that says RTU, of course, is ready to use. But for the most part, even majority of our water-based dressings, you can dilute it. Absolutely. Yeah. So I mean, you can use our products straight without cutting because they're going to clean no matter what because they're cleaners. But I guarantee you, if you add water to them, they'll work even better. So, any questions about chemicals on organics? Ooh, wrong way. So we also have aerosols. We don't just make chemicals. If people just want something to pull out of their pocket real quick and want to do a spot, instead of pulling out a whole Tornador and turning your air pressure compressor on, we have aerosols. Foamy citrus enzymes, those are great. There's a Twister again. Like I said, we have a RTU and we have a ready to use. We have a concentrate. Who has extractor machines though? You have an extractor? Well, I know you do interiors, so you're familiar with extractors. We make extractor concentrates. You need 2 ounces in that whole thing, and you'll have, how well does it work? Yeah. Super Plus dressing. It is a cleaner and a dressing at the same time. So not only does it add a nice gloss to it. It also is cleaning at the same time. Now, will it clean stains? Probably not. You're probably gonna have to use the leather and vinyl cleaner or a twister, but it'll also clean and leave a nice shine behind. And then Super Spot, it's an enzyme cleaner. It's our toughest cleaner, but it's only sold in 5 gallons and 55s. We don't sell it by the gallon. Only reason why is just because we sell enzyme. Yeah, this is the one for our bigger movers. Not the Super Spot, only enzyme.
That's for if you're like a volume shop, like,
Auctions, yeah, your auctions, your dealers, yeah.
You have another maybe similar for this or
Yeah, so it would have been our enzyme cleaner, our 709. This one right here, the enzyme carpet and pre-swatter. Yeah. You can use it in a structure too, yes sir. The enzyme, is it good for the roof? So what I would clean for the headliner would be like glass cleaner, something with a high alcohol.
Yeah, that'll work.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you want to, it kills the smells.
All clean isn't bad. This is dependent. You don't want to oversaturate the headliner. Is the thing. You don't want to get that glue wet and it'll start sagging. So that's why we say stuff with high alcohol content, because alcohol dries real quickly and it can also clean at the same time. Yes, sir.
On the enzyme, I just want to, because I have it, its shelf life is only activated and it's good for only hours, right? Or
So no, it's so once activated, it's good for a week. A week.
Okay.
So when we say activated is when we mix water with it. Just because we put enzymes, I don't know if you know what enzymes are. They're natural proteins that constantly eat stuff or inorganic materials, and we had to build food for the enzymes inside the chemical. So once you add water to it, it starts diluting that out, and it starts killing the whatever food that we had in there. So once you add water to the enzyme product, you have about 10 days in your bottle for it to use. So, any more questions? Inorganic, you got this one.
We switch every 2, I don't care. So inorganic, it's a little bit different. You know, on that end, we're gonna have our oils, our gases, our paints. A lot of it's man-made stuff, right? So we need to use things, good idea. We need to use products that can attack those problems. And usually if it's inorganic, we're gonna be reaching for something like a solvent, okay? So this list, my personal favorite is gonna be Gold Power. The reason that chemical is awesome is because it's got a little bit of everything in it. It's got a citrus solvent, it's gonna have cleaners, kind of like All Clean built into it. It does a really good job on removing stains, but it'll also get out sticky things like gum, maybe crayons, stuff like that, okay? So this one is one that we always recommend you keep in your shop because it's the ultimate plan B to any problem you can't fix. Now this guy, there's not a lot of times when you're gonna reach for a heavy solvent on the interior. Typically for this one, it's just gonna be if you have either a paint or if it's gum. Because gum, the way it grabs onto a carpet fiber, we have to have something to break it loose of all those carpet fibers. So we'll explain it a little bit more later because I think that's on our list. Yeah, it's up there. So we'll dig into that, but for things like mud and oil and grease, we want to use a degreaser. That's what does the best job for that. So Black Scorpion, that's our strongest degreaser that we sell that is friendly. We have ones that are higher up there, but I would never use them on an interior, like our Dynamite. It just will do bad things, so don't do that. This one, it's a medium strength, it's nice and strong, and it's gonna do a good job of lifting things up and off a surface. Copy. And good one to reach for. Spot cleaner, this one, a lot of people don't use this product, but it will work wonders for you. It actually comes out like wasp killer. You know how you can shoot that stuff like 5 feet? You gotta be a little bit careful. You don't wanna take this stuff and spray it directly on your headliner when you're beneath it, because that'll go right back into your eyes. So we recommend that you take it, you spray it into a towel, wipe it over the stain, and it just switches spots. The stain will go from the headliner to the towel. It's kind of crazy. And then, you know, these two, they're very similar as well. All Clean we've already talked about. Blue Power essentially is just a lighter version of Black Scorpion that is made specifically for interiors. So like your floor mats, your carpets, stuff like that. I never would recommend these two for your leather, okay? It can be done if you mix it with a lot of water, but we make better products for that, okay? All right. Tools. So, well, actually, before we move on, were there any questions here, or are we okay? Yeah, Gold Power. So Gold Power, so you'll see right here, RTU, she's ready to use. Because she has a lot of solvents in it, it has to be straight, no water at all. Yeah, I mean, you could mix it like right before with water. I've seen guys do that. You guys know how water and gas separate? Yes, that's the thing. So if it separates, you just end up having to shake your bottle before you spray it. And it's fine. Oh my God, my throat's dry. What's up?
Cars driving, there's paint on the floor, they drive over the paint that was on the floor now, it's in there real well.
Right.
What's a good product for paints? Lacquer, would you do lacquer?
Lacquer be too
Lacquer's
aggressive.
strong.
Yeah, I wouldn't
But in
go
a wheel
lacquer.
well, maybe. Yeah.
I don't know.
So-
I still don't like using lacquer, man. Just
It
me
can strip
personally,
paint
it can
off a
strip
surface.
everything, especially if
Yeah.
the interior is black. You don't want to turn that white, or in the wheel well. So what I would go with citrus tar and gum, that number 764. You may have to work it a little bit longer. The one on the top left corner right here.
Yep.
That's the chemical I would go to.
What's nice about the 764 versus a lacquer thinner 2 is it dissolves slower or evaporates slower. So the longer that chemical sits on that surface, the more it has a chance to eat into the paint. Well,
The dwell time on there is a lot
100%.
longer than a thinner, where thinner dries out in 15, 20 seconds.
yeah, thinner just makes problems. If you guys get thinner on paint multiple times in a row, you will soften it, and you can get to the point where you could almost wipe paint off a surface. So you got to be careful. Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
That was
No
not
dilution.
No dilution. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, almost all solvents are going to be ready to use just because they divide out. What's up?
I actually use your 755 to take off paint on a car like that.
How did
Heck
it,
yeah.
how
There
did it
you
work?
go.
Did it work?
It worked perfectly.
Cool. Yeah. So I mean,
Acid.
On the fender wheel, it
like
works perfect.
like I said, we didn't learn all this stuff overnight. We learned it from y'all. So we're just going through experiences that y'all have and that we've tried. So if Chrome and Wire works really well, he said.
755 works better like whenever it's on the fender wheel, and you just spray it on there, and then go to the next one, spray it on there, and spray it, and when you're done with all four, just come back and then wash it off. It comes off like butter.
He said Chrome and Wire acid
Chrome and wire.
works really well for the fender wheel to get the paint out.
Comes out like butter. Oh yeah, you don't even have
That's the thing about acid. It doesn't really discriminate, guys. It eats. It eats.
Chrome and wire.
Yeah. Chrome and wire. Oh, yeah. What's up, man?
Can be diluted, but any water or no reaction to it?
So, at least on like the degreasers, those can be diluted. But if there's ever a question, like these are pulled directly out of our catalog, right? So if it says RTU, it just can't go with water at all. Yeah. Or it's already been pre-mixed with water. So, does that answer your question?
En la página web puedes ver todos los químicos en español si lo
okay.
quieres.
No, it's not reacting.
Okay.
When you dilute it with any type of water, it has to be like higher.
The purer the water, guys, and this is a universal concept. It's a great question. The purer your water is, the stronger your chemical is going to be. If you take really nasty tap water that is unfiltered and you mix it with your chemical, it might be 20% weaker than if it was pure water. So if you can get pure water from somewhere here in town, I don't know if there's a place to buy it.
We are hopefully by February going to be selling it.
That's true. We are going to have our own dispensing system with reverse osmosis water. And anytime you use that reverse osmosis water, things stretch longer. And water's a lot cheaper than chemical.
And it's
Don't tell my
spot free
boss.
water. I mean, you can spray the water, the car down and let it dry in the sun, and there'll be no spots left on that car.
Mhm.
So this is how pure that water is.
Especially
Whereas
for stuff like what you do with
in
big
the sunlight.
rigs. Mhm.
Yeah, we're gonna start selling water by the gallon. Yeah.
I'm surprised it doesn't exist yet, but you guys
The
will
water,
be
the
blown
water,
away.
the water quality in Houston's pretty good. So.
Okay, well that's good. Yeah, big cities. Okay, so any questions about what's going on here? Or are we good? Okay, beautiful.
We got about 15 minutes.
15 minutes? Okay, so we'll go over all these problems outside and the hands-on. Okay, guys? We'll take a picture before we go. To kind of breeze through this, tools are the thing that will separate you from the rest of the people around you, okay? For the most part, we all have similar skill sets, but if you get a better pressure washer with hot water, cleaning engines is going to be way faster. If you get an extractor and you have a muddy car, you're going to do that 2 times faster than a guy that doesn't have an extractor. Same thing with the Tornador. If you didn't have one of those and you're competing with someone on time, with someone that does, it's a big difference. So we're big supporters of spending money on tools. They will pay you back over time. Now with extractors, we sell 2 different ones. We have a hot water and we have a cold water. The cold water is going to be cheaper, but it won't do the job quite as well. So, keep that in mind. With ozone machines, does anyone have one of these in-house? Nice. There you go. It's a great investment, okay? There is a chemical way of doing what this does, but it costs you about $20 per go. So these guys, they're going to be anywhere from $400 to $600, and what they do is they will cycle all the air on the interior of your car. It neutralizes any smells and kills all the bad odors, okay? And it'll do it over and over and over. You're just paying one time for it. It's really hot in Houston, so you probably don't deal with this too much, but if it gets cold and you get an interior really wet, you want to have a way to inject lots of airflow into a car, okay?
Well, especially when it's humid, though, in Houston, too. You don't want to oversaturate your interiors, because what happens when you close the door when the car's wet on the inside? It steams, the inside gets all foggy, right?
Yeah.
So, and then what's causing that fogginess? You're going to build mildew. You're going to get mold. You're going to get all that stuff that you don't want to breathe in inside that car. So that's why we suggest fans as well for here down south in the Houston.
It makes a big difference. You can take a car that would dry in maybe an afternoon, and you can dry it in 30 minutes to an hour like that. You just turn it on, crack the windows, go. So, and then vacuums. This is one I didn't really believe in. I mean, at least when I was a detailer, I started out with a really cheap shop vac. I get really sick of hearing that super loud motor all the time, dealing with problems with suction. Maybe they're not very high quality. So the companies, Flex and Rupes, and there's a few other ones like Karcher, they make really high quality vacuums that'll give you like 50% more suction, and they are way quieter, and they actually have HEPA filters built in. So whatever you vacuum out of the car, it's not just going to shoot into the air and you're breathing it, okay? So that's kind of a quality of life
We have a Rupes vacuum
thing.
in the back if y'all want to hear how loud that is later on.
Guys, it's awesome. And they have a setting where it will actually shake the filter, because if your filter clogs, it'll start to overheat the engine or motor to the point where it'll actually heat up and burn out. So that kind of prevents that. And then steamers. Steamers are, there's pros, there's cons. They're really great for getting out stains.
Ask Oscar what he likes.
You like them? Heck yeah.
All I use is steamers.
Yeah, buddy. You work at a chemical company.
All I used to use was steamers.
There you go, yeah. So the benefit of steamers is that heat is going to enhance any chemical you use. So if you spray all clean on an interior and then you grab your steamer with a microfiber wrapped over the head, it's going to make that 737 all clean work 2 times better just because of that added heat, okay? For fabrics, it'll help lift using steam. It'll push that stain up and out of the fabric. So it's a nice plan B to have. The only thing is, if you're gonna get a steamer that costs a lot for a nice one, like $1,000+ minimum, and if you don't buy a nice one, they take a long time to heat up. They don't hold a lot of water. So really, if you're gonna do it, put your money into that one. Maybe a couple grand will really help you out there. So, all right, we'll go over this stuff outside. Okay, do you want to teach the detailing by the numbers, part 1?
I can.
Okay.
Yeah. So Prep Bay, if you want to open your books, your catalogs, to page, I think 16 is what it is. The ozone?
Overnight's best. That's usually what I recommend. You don't want to be in the car when it's doing its thing. It's not really great to breathe ozone.
So page 16, guys, our first step, that's our detailing by the numbers. We have a training class on that. That's our step-by-step process of how to wash a vehicle. All the tools, all the chemicals are listed on there as well, everything that you would need. This is something that Dan, who's our boss, he created, and it actually works really well. The step-by-step, there's no question on what I need to do next. Everything's listed out for you right then and there. So this is step one. This is going to be your prep bay. So we've figured out that 5 minutes extra inside the car, 1 minute extra inside the car is 5 minutes outside of the car, right?
Yeah, pretty much. In this step.
In this step, yeah. So and what we mean by that is we want to make sure that we are getting all of the vacuuming done, all of the pet hair, everything that before we get everything wet to start cleaning out. Because what happens whenever you get pet hair wet, or what happens when you get hair wet? What does it do? Is it easy to remove or does it get sticky? It gets sticky. So you want to get all that hair out first. Same thing with dog hair. Dog hair is not different than my hair or Connor's hair, or the lack thereof of. So don't feel like this is a dog hair. I don't have to worry about it. No, it's the same kind of hair. It all gets wet. It all gets sticky. Same thing with mud and dirt. You want to get what happens when you get dirt wet. It turns into mud and it gets sticky into the paint. So you want to get everything that can, before it gets wet, out. So that's why we have the pet hair triangle. And of course we don't have one up here.
It's actually up here though, so.
Yeah. So that triangle has 3 different sizes of teeth. They have a small, medium, and a large, just depending on how bad the hair is and how deep it is. Actually, Connor's dad makes that second one, that Furreal. It's an attachment to your vacuum. You want to talk about that a little bit?
Sure, yeah. So he actually started that company back when we were distributing chemicals still. So it's one of the worst things we have to deal with as detailers is dealing with a car, dealing with a car that has like an inch of hair. You know, it can add 2 hours to your day like that. So back in the day, all we really had were the good old pumice stones and the really simple like black rubber brushes, which are kind of crappy in my opinion. So he went about trying to find a way to put that same material as those rubber brushes on the tip of a vacuum, okay? So rather than scooping up hair and making a pile, then vacuuming it up, basically you have all of it in one. There's no 2 separate steps. It's vacuuming up hair and pulling it out at the same time. Works really good. What's up?
For my process, I use first the tornado.
Yes.
Use the tornado and the air for the mass is used for the vacuum.
Right. Yep. Uh-huh. You're talking about the Tornador vacuum attachment, right? Yeah.
The tornado is take off of the air from the areas, different areas.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen people use a Tornador and I have a vacuum suctioner at the same, right next to it.
It's a great way to go.
I mean, if you don't have the vacuum tool part, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So I mean, there's.
Yep. Pit bull hairs are nasty. Chihuahua hairs.
Yeah,
tough
the
to
real
get out.
thin ones. Yep.
You make a good point though, because go ahead.
On that nozzle that you were talking about, is that what kind of standard hose would it fit?
So it fits a crevice tool, and then it goes. The hose I think is an inch.
Inch and a half.
Inch and a half. Yeah, it's that blue standard hose, not the 2-inch.
So we sell adapters for go 2-inch to 1.5 inch. So we can do that that way. Yeah.
Yep. I'll see if I can find one really quick if you
Yeah.
want to keep going. Yep.
We work clockwise. So we always start the driver's side door. That's where everyone sits 90% of their time. We go around and we make sure we blow everything to the back, or I go front to back, just because there's a back. Some people go back to forward. There's no wrong way. That's a good thing about detailers. We care about end results. So whatever works for you, if you work blowing front to back or back to front, either way, it doesn't matter. Those are the chemicals we're going to use. We're going to pre-spot whatever stain after we got all the hair out, all the dirt out, whatever stain we see, we're going to pre-spot it. We're going to shoot some enzyme cleaner and let it work. The thing with enzymes, the longer you let them work, the better the result will be. So if you have 30 minutes to spray it on the carpet while you're washing the outside of the car and doing the engine, do that. don't think it didn't work if you spray it on 30 seconds later and you try and wash it out. That's not how enzymes work, unfortunately. They need time to dwell on the carpet surface to start breaking down that stain and eating it out. So so you want to get all the hair out first and all the dirt, and then you spray. Because you're going to go, whenever we do the interior, apply all the dressings and stuff, you want to make sure that stuff's clean. So.
You want me to break this one down? I made a really weird slide.
That's why I was like.
You guys might hate me for this one, but you know, it makes life relatively simple when you have a visual. I'm a very visual person.